Welcome to the City Current Show, powered by Hagen-Botham Insurance and Financial Services.
This show focuses on sharing good news and powering the good in our community. Now here's your host, Andrew Bartolotta.
Welcome to the cityCURRENT Show, where we bring you uplifting stories of individuals and organizations making a positive impact in our community and around the globe. I'm your host, Andrew Bartolotta, and today we have an incredible guest with us, Dawn Pfingsten, founder of Just Doing My Best. As a wife, military veteran, and beauty advocate for women over 50, Dawn is on a mission to help mature women feel confident, beautiful, and stylish through simple and affordable makeup solutions. With a thriving online presence amassing over 100,000 followers and counting, Dawn shares beauty and skincare tips, fashion inspiration, and a dose of positivity. And she's coming to us from her farm in Tennessee, and we can't wait to learn more about her and how she is helping grow a community of women embracing their confidence. Dawn, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it so much.
Of course. Okay, let's start with your journey. What inspired you to create Just Doing My Best, and what's the mission behind it?
I truly, like you said, I really want women at a mature age, I use air quotes, over 40, over 50, over 60, just to feel really good about themselves, makeup, skincare, fashion. There are, I mean, you can't get online now without seeing influencers. I don't know that I love that term, but they're very young and they're beautiful. They're all gorgeous, but they don't have wrinkles and they haven't lived the life that we've lived, and they don't have all the dark circles and all of the things. And I feel like women my age a lot of times just give up on makeup, skincare, those types of things, because they see all of these beautiful younger girls and think, oh, well, that worked for them. Clearly, they look stunning, but I can't do that. So I really want to help women just embrace where they are now and basically work with what we have. I feel like we can use all of the same things. We just have to use them a little differently.
Yes, I love that. And I love that you built this like online community because it's so important for people to feel seen, heard, but then also be inspired by others. And
Yes.
you're doing that, and you're doing it with such positivity and with grace, but also saying, like, this is how I show up and this is how I'm going to do it. And not going to try and sell you a $9,000 primer or whatever. I'm trying to give you affordable ways to be your best self.
Yes.
And so what's really cool too is your past. And so as a military veteran, as a hobby farm owner, at what point do you go, I'm going to share my secrets and tips with followers online? What was that pivotal moment that you go, this could be something?
Well, I started several years ago. So I started, gosh, almost close to 10 years ago. And at that point, it was just going to be fashion, maybe a little bit of makeup. And then I just pivoted to more makeup and skincare as I got a little bit more tired looking, as I got a little bit more wrinkly. Um, and then halfway in the middle of that, COVID hit. So a funny thing there, my followers love seeing my husband. And so in the middle of COVID, when there was nothing else to do but be at home, we walked a lot in our neighborhood. We lived in Murfreesboro then at the time, and we walked a lot, and he started telling dad jokes. And so we started telling dad jokes and showing how our lawn was growing because there was literally nothing else to do. And so it just became just something fun out of that. And so when he tells dad jokes, I actually tell the joke and he just stands behind me and laughs. And I get messages all day long when he tells a joke saying, he's so funny. And he didn't say a word. So, so, and then during COVID, We found a little farmhouse. I've always wanted to fix up a little farmhouse, and my husband wanted a farm. And so we moved, and we're renovating a 100-year-old farmhouse, and we're raising sheep, and we have chickens, and then we have giant rabbits also. And so that just kind of happened right in the middle of this journey. And so it's been kind of interesting to figure out where now in this farmhouse that creaks and is old, where I'm going to make videos and I'm going to make content and I'm going to talk to people like this. So it's been quite the journey, in the last 5 years have been something.
I can imagine, and a lot of change too, but I think you do it with such an open mind too, because that is a lot of change. And then to grow your followers and your influence online and be open and honest, I think is a really fun thing to see. And people are attracted to transparency and attracted to people's real lives and not sugarcoating it or putting filters over things.
Yes.
So I think that's where it's a no-brainer that, of course, you're not only just doing your best, but you are sharing it with others. Okay, let's roll into some beauty and skincare for the mature woman.
Okay.
So, what are some of the biggest misconceptions you would say about beauty and skincare for the women over, say, 40?
I feel like some of the misconceptions are that we cannot use some of the same products that the younger girls are using, and I don't feel that that's right. I do feel like sometimes we need to tweak it a little bit. For instance, I have a lot of women who, for your female audience who's listening, they will say to me, "Okay, I'm over," because I'm 57. And so women will say, "Okay, I need a foundation that works for me, or I need a concealer that works for me." And I say, "Okay, don't throw out what you were using, but here, let me offer you another option." They have makeup primers that just blur the fine lines, they blur the pores and the texture, and they give your makeup something to stick to, and it just makes your makeup look even better. So I like to share that. I also like to share, for instance, color corrector. Again, I would say in the last 2 years, I look far more tired than I did a couple of years ago, and I fell into a product that I feel like a lot of companies make now. It's a color corrector, and it just goes in and it cancels out the redness and the dark circles, and so you're using less concealer, and it's doing all the heavy lifting before you put concealer on. And so I just want to tell that to everyone. I want to stop women on the street and say, "Look, you don't have to give up everything that you've been using. Let's just add one or two other little things that you will be shocked at how much better it will look and how much better it will make you feel when it looks better." The other thing too is there are so many wonderful products now that are super affordable. I feel like growing up in the 80s and the 90s, that we thought that it was either the drugstore or the department store, and there was no middle ground. And there's so much middle ground now, and even department store or even drugstore. The drugstore products have gotten so much better. There are a few drugstore brands that, you know, might be getting a little too big for their britches, but there are some great products out right now. Um, that you don't have to go to the drugstore and pay 20, 30, $40 for things. I'm always on the hunt for beautiful skincare and makeup that you can find that works beautifully for our mature skin for under $15, under $10, under $5. That I'm on a mission to make sure that women find those beautiful products that work, will help us look and feel our best, and are super affordable.
Especially in this economy, I feel like that is
Yes.
so important, and I
Mhm.
remember even growing up going with my mom and grandma to Nordstrom's and them having, going to Stila and getting like a
Mhm.
getting their makeup and such. And now, my sister's going to Walgreens or CVS and getting some
Yes.
of their stuff, and you're going, wow, okay, this is interesting. So the dynamic has changed where you can purchase the makeup
Mhm.
as well, and the quality, like you said, but the affordability, keeping that as a center point of
Mhm.
what you're finding in the quality, but also affordability is super important. And I
And
also,
I still have I'm sorry, and I was gonna say, and I still have women who are still in the mindset that I was as a young woman, that it's if it's not at the drugstore, it's not going to be good. And it's like me, like, chasing after them, like, "No, no, 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 wait. Let me show you this. I promise you're going to love this."
yes. Yeah, not at the department store where it's
Right.
just, yeah. And not only is makeup important, but I think as you age, skincare is so important as well as your skin changes. Even in my mid 30s, I've
Yes.
some skin changing as well. So what are your go-to skincare tips for women over 50? Especially, as we're in the summer too.
Yes. Well, obviously, we know, um, sunscreen. We need that, but looking for things there are so many products now, and there are so many makeup products that have skincare ingredients built right in. That doesn't take the place of good skincare, and for mature skin, looking for things like vitamin C, which is so important. Vitamin C is so important for our body, but also for our skin, because not only does it just work over time, vitamin C is one of those things that just builds up and up and up and gets better and better and better, but it also works the day that you put it on to offset some of the environmental things that your skin will run into. But there's so many great makeup products now that incorporate vitamin C, that incorporate hyaluronic acid, that incorporate niacinamide. And so you can get good makeup at an affordable price that's also good for your skin. And so I don't think you have to sacrifice anything, even by, like we said, just shopping at Walgreens or Target or Walmart. You can look for great makeup that incorporates good for you ingredients.
That's definitely smart, and like you said, it doesn't replace it, but just in addition to, so,
Exactly.
great, as well. Even, when I put on lotion on my face every day, it has a built-in SPF, which is, smart there. So
Absolutely.
beyond makeup, confidence plays a huge role in how we feel. What advice do you have for women who wanna rediscover their confidence?
I just feel like you really have to do what makes you feel good. And I never thought I would be the gal that wore sneakers all the time. I've had to go back and kind of bite my tongue about what I thought about what my mother wore or my grandmother or my aunts when I was younger. 5 years ago, you couldn't pay me to wear sneakers other than going out and walking. Um, and now I am all about it. Give me all of the cute. I just bought the cutest platform Converse, and I want to wear them everywhere. And so even to church, I'm wearing a great blazer, but I'm also wearing jeans and usually sneakers, because I feel like I feel really put together, and if I feel put together, then that gives me confidence, and if wearing a dress gives you confidence, fantastic. If wearing jeans and being comfortable gives you confidence, fantastic. I say there is absolutely nothing wrong with wearing a nice pair of jeans and a beautiful blazer, and you can wear that just about anywhere, and if that makes you feel good, wear it.
Yes, preach there. And I think even I even find myself if I'm wearing a blazer and jeans or if I'm going into a meeting and I dress to feel confident, you automatically set the stage of how you show up. And so that's
Absolutely.
a really great point. And we live in an age where we have to be versatile in where we're going and what we're doing. And so being able to feel comfortable but look great is cool too. And you do share a lot about personal style
Mhm,
and tips on fashion that is affordable but makes people feel great.
mhm.
So what are your favorite style tips for mature women who want to stay stylish without feeling like they're just trying too hard?
I feel like see what some of the younger girls are wearing. Sometimes they are a little bit trendier than we are, but make that work for you. For instance, I think it was last summer, one of the styles was bike shorts and a blazer. Oh, my stars and garters. I'm not going to embrace that. I'm not. But I can still take that same blazer and wear it with a great pair of jeans.
Mhm.
Um, I I know leggings are in. That is not my style. I do wear leggings when I work out, but that is not my style to wear leggings out in public. But you really and truly just have to see kind of what they're wearing, but make it work for you. The new jean trend right now is the barrel jean. Not super flattering on everyone. You don't have to choose that one. It's okay. Get a beautiful wide leg jean in a dark, dark denim because dark denim instantly makes you look taller and thinner. And if you feel like you look taller and thinner, you will hold yourself up higher and you will just shine. Their confidence will just come through if you feel like you look good in that.
Great tips there. And so when we move on to having a thriving online community, how do you engage with your audience and keep your content fresh?
I am online a lot. I love talking to the women who follow me. So on Instagram and Facebook, I do a lot of Instagram and Facebook stories where you just pop on and say hi. So, for instance, this morning I went for a walk. It feels like soup out there in Middle Tennessee, and they see me all sweaty because I feel like a lot of times women see me like this. I've full face of makeup and my hair is done. They need to see me at 8 o'clock in the morning looking like death on a cracker while I've just finished a walk, just looking horrible. They need to see me like that. Um, they need to see just the real life things. So I do a lot of Instagram stories. I answer every message that comes my way and they women will ask all kinds of questions. They'll ask questions about what I'm wearing or what I'm eating or anything like that and I'm online all the time answering those questions because I really want to be real and I want them to know that I'm not pretending to be anything that I'm not. And if they want to ask me a question, they can. So I'm online all the time answering all those questions and going on live so that they can see right then and now what I'm doing.
I love that you do that because I'm thinking about my mom who is in her later 50s and she first of all, loneliness is an epidemic, and I think we saw that a lot coming out of the pandemic. And you may have moved or you may have lost touch with your high school girlfriends, college girlfriends, your first career. And so how can you continue those rich, deep relationships that we all yearn for, men, women, whomever, but especially women feeling connected. And
Yes.
so I think it's great that you do that. And going back to my mom as an example, for she loves, she spends a lot of time on social media as well. And she'd be talking about, like, yeah, so Emily Ann is doing this and that and the other. And we're going, I'm looking at my brother going, "Who do we know Emily Ann?" Come to find out it was someone she was following, and she would message her back, and it just feels there's this sense of connection, and also it's authentic conversations built online, and now because of technology, you don't have to worry about where people are geographically located, and so you're able to talk to people all over the world. I mean, can you there I know where you live, and I guarantee you that if you put 100,000 people where you live, that would be crazy. But because you have 100,000 followers, I mean, that just amplifies the reach, but also the connectivity of like-mindedness and just being there for each other and being a mentor as well. Uh,
Yes, I'm constantly sending messages, and my husband will say, "Who are you talking to?" And I'll say, "Wendy." He say, "Who's Wendy?" I'm like, "Oh, she lives in California." You know, "Well, who are you sending a message to?" "Leslie." Where where do I know Leslie from church? He goes, "No, no, no, no. She lives in South Carolina. You don't know her." "Oh, okay."
That's why I think, it is I can imagine that there's a lot of responsibility when it comes to your role as a quote unquote influencer, but also it is such a great way to show up for people and have people pour into you as well and help build confidence and what you're doing too. And so
Yes, it's so helpful for me as well. I love it. I love getting the messages. I love answering the messages because I really feel like, and living out here, out way out in the country and working online, I I find myself that there will be days that I haven't left the house in days, and I forget that I haven't talked to any real people. All
right.
I've been doing is talking to people online.
That is a unique, perspective too, because you living in such a rural area, but
Mhm.
because of technology, so you kind of get the best of both worlds where,
Yes.
you may not be a hop, skip, and a jump away from a Target, but you are able to, you can e-commerce shop online, but then
Yes.
you're also still able to talk to people that you would see maybe while you were walking through the aisles or whatnot,
Mhm.
and even more so, online. So that is a great perspective, so you're able to have the farm, and I do wanna talk
Yes.
about the farm, but also you're able to enjoy life, without feeling in an urban setting where you may
Yes.
not feel like you're thriving as much as you do where you are, so you can have the best of both worlds.
Mhm. Yes, exactly.
So you mentioned a little bit about your hobby farm lifestyle. What's one thing about the farm life that might surprise people?
We have sheep. We have a lot of sheep, and we have chickens. We just transitioned out of goats, and we have so two things. One of the things that we have are rabbits, and we have giant rabbits. Like they're literally called giant rabbits. Our dog is about 35 pounds, and our largest rabbit is just shy of that. Like she's huge. And so there's that. But the thing that probably surprised me and a lot of the people that follow me is our sheep. They when they sheep require very, very little. I used to say that when we had goats, goats were like having puppies. They're full of energy and they want your attention all the time. Sheep are like cats. If they want something, they will let you know. But they can reject their babies. And this past spring and the spring before last, we had a lamb in the house that we were raising in the house in diapers because it was sub-zero outside and mama had rejected it and was literally trying to harm it, and we didn't have anything else to do. I mean, no place else for this lamb to be that it could thrive and we could still feed it and care for it while it was 8 degrees outside. And so we brought it in the house. So last year we had a lamb in the house and her name was Dee Dee. And she was in diapers, and I would show videos daily of her hopping through the house. I even put them to music. And so we had Dee Dee in the house last year, and now Dee Dee's out in the pasture. And I go out there and see her all the time, and she just loves me, and she's so loyal. And then this past February, we had another mama that had a baby and rejected her. And my husband looked at me and said, Okay, it looks like we're about to have another lamb in the house." So Dandelion was in the house for 6 weeks and in diapers and hopping around.
Wow. That is an adventure. I mean, that
Wow. It's a lot. It's a lot. I tell people it's like having 3 toddlers in diapers because Oh, it was a lot.
Well, spoiler alert, I do have 3 toddlers. They just 2 of them are out of diapers now, but we did have 3 toddlers in diapers, so I know exactly what you're talking about, and that is, not only an expensive thing, but also a very, adventurous moment. So, I
Yes.
can't imagine the Pfingsten household,
It
when it
was
comes.
crazy. Crazy. And the funny thing is, if you have children in diapers, my husband just said, he goes, "Gosh, what did we spend? About $100 worth of diapers when Dandy was in the house?" I said, "Clearly, you have forgotten what it was like having children with diapers. It was a lot more than $100 in
Oh,
6
yes.
weeks."
$100, like, every time. It's crazy. I'm like,
Oh, yes.
I need to be a diaper influencer or something.
Right.
Okay, so
Yes.
as we start to wrap up, what's one message you want every woman listening today to take away?
I want every woman to know that you can still look and feel beautiful and relevant over 40, over 50, over 60. It's not the end. If just even if you decide to retire, you can still look and feel your best and start something new. Doesn't have to be a blog. It doesn't have to be influencer. It could be something completely different. I have a girlfriend that just started making soap. I have plenty of friends around here who have started homesteading or sourdough bread or whatever. Just something that they can pour all of their attention into and still enjoy this next phase of life. It doesn't have to be over, and you can still be relevant and beautiful and feel your very, very best. Even if your children are grown, you're no longer working, none of that matters.
Well said, because we're all seeking a purpose, and as you age, your purpose continues to.
Changes.
Yeah. So just leaning into it and saying, "This is my purpose right now," and whether
Yes.
it's sourdough or starting a blog or it's
Raising chickens, whatever
yeah,
you want
there
to
you
do.
go. There we go. We're having a lamb in the house.
That's right. Whew.
Well, Dawn, okay, where can people follow you and support your efforts? Are there ways to collaborate with you? Talk about ways that we can support you.
Well, I am at just doing my best on Instagram, just doing my best on Facebook, and just doing my best on YouTube, where I'm always making super short videos, affordable makeup, and super simple, mature makeup tips for women over 40, 50, 60. I would love to have people come and join me there, say hi. I love coming in person too and just speaking at events. I love doing that as well. But absolutely come and find me on Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube at Just Doing My Best and say hi and make sure you saw me here on City Current and just see what's happening.
Well, Dawn, this conversation has been not only inspiring and empowering, but full of wisdom. Thank you for sharing your journey, beauty tips, and mission to help women feel confident and beautiful.
Yeah.
For those watching or listening, please not only follow Dawn at Just Doing My Best, but subscribe to her efforts,
Yes.
like, comment, share. Those are all ways that we can support Dawn and the work that she's doing to inspire women and everyone around. So thank you for powering the good in our community and beyond.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it so much. You were a joy.